The first letter arrived on a Tuesday. Ursula Rowe had no need to read the brittle, yellowed newspaper clippings that were enclosed. She knew what they said. But the few words on the single sheet of white stationery in the envelope were new and succinct. "Are you sure you were right?" She went upstairs to her bedroom, hers alone for too many years, and sat down on the antique four-poster bed they'd bought when, newly married, they'd moved into this house. The bed had pineapples carved on the finials, symbols of hospitality. She reached up and traced the intricately carved wood with her fingers. Pineapples. A great luxury for those early colonists, her long-ago ancestors. How had such exotic fruit made its way to New England? She'd never considered this before. Wouldn't they have rotted in the hold of a ship on the voyage from South America? Perhaps the pineapples came from the southern colonies. That must have been it. Her mind was wandering. No, her mind was trying to take her away from what was clutched in her other hand. The letter. She closed her eyes. Arnold had joked that the pineapples were fertility symbols. Certainly the bed had borne fruit, 2 children, and been the site of years of pleasure. He had been gone for such a long time, but she could still recall his touch, his whispered endearments, the passion. She'd never wanted anyone else. Ursula read the words again, a single sentence written in a shaky hand. You couldn't duplicate it. It came only with age. So the writer was old. She looked at her own hand. The raised blue veins were so close to the surface of her powdery thin skin that it seemed they would burst through. Her fingers, once long and straight, were knobbed, and for some years she'd removed all her rings except her wedding band, worn thin. An old woman's hands. The change had come so gradually, the brown spots first appearing as summer freckles to her mind, that even now she could scarcely believe her age. She loosened her grip and put everything back in the envelope, tucking the flap in securely. Where could she hide it? It wouldn't do to have her daughter come across it. Not that Pix was nosy, but she sometimes put Ursula's wash away, so the Sheraton chest of drawers was out. And the blanket chest at the foot of the bed that had been her grandmother's was out too. Pix regularly aired the contents. There wasn't much furniture in the room. Some years after Arnold died, Ursula had removed his marble-topped nightstand, the repository of books, eyeglasses, reading lamp, alarm clock, and eventually pill bottles, replacing it with a chaise and small candlestick table angled into the room. It felt wrong to get into bed during the day, but she'd wanted a place to stretch out to read and, increasingly, to nap. Somehow the chaise made her feel a bit more like a grande dame than an old one.